Hi traders and welcome to the daily recap show for today, which was Tuesday the 21st of June. So starting with the FTSE, we said that we had seen some buyers step in and we had initial resistance at 71.50 to 60, with acceptance above there opening up moves to the next upside target between at 72.16 72.26. So let's go and have a look at the FTSE action today. Okay, so you can see it's been all about that 71.50 to 60 zone, which we spoke about in the report today, the initial resistance zone. So we pushed up here on the open. We got that initial liquidity grab with that push down there. So that is a potential reversal signal right there. It does come down and it reacts off the moving averages. So it's probably touch and go whether you would have been able to risk manage that or not. But so that could have potentially been a losing trade. But having grabbed the liquidity there just above the overnight highs at the initial resistance, that would have been a valid reversal signal. We then got the push higher, and we actually got a really nice continuation pattern just here as well. So that was the break above the zone. We've actually got a continuation pattern there as well. So a couple of continuation patterns. This one a little bit more aggressive, but a couple of continuation patterns there from that zone to give the acceptance above, and that was the move. That was the catalyst for this move up into this zone here. So with it being against the overall trend, we are bearish in the market at the moment. I certainly would have been booking a lot of my profits into this zone here, and just leaving any runners up to that top zone, which we never actually saw. But I would have been certainly booking some of my profits on the way up, and then most of my profits in this zone here. So that was one of the trades that you could have taken today. We then got the break down, and we have actually got a reversal signal from here on a retest of this zone. This in isolation is, from a pattern recognition point of view, is fine. We've got the impulsive move down, retest of the zone, but it was above here. Above this zone that we said above there, we could move higher, so not one that I would have taken today. We then got a move down back into retesting this zone, and we got a nice push off there. This is one that you would have been able to get risk-free before it then pulled back. So this one you should have been able, if you entered this signal here, it's a nice signal from the retest of that zone, but you should have been making that risk-free, especially again as it is counter the overall trend in the market. Since then, we have broken back below impulsively through, and we are now retesting this zone. So it's been quite key. We've had a few opportunities around that zone, a couple which one which would have been a loser, one which would have been a really nice trade, and one which you should have probably made as a risk-free break-even trade. So that's the FTSE. As I say, it was all about the 71.50 to 60 zone today. Now let's go and have a look at the DAX. So again, we've seen some movement to the upside on the DAX, but it was still corrective in nature. So any trades that we did take with the momentum at the moment, we had to still manage quite aggressively. We said initial resistance came into that 13,375 to 400, and if we held that as resistance, we needed to look for sustained breaks below 13,225 to 250. However, if we've got sustained breaks above the 13,375 to 400 resistance, the next main upside target was 645 to 670. But realistically, as this move was corrective in nature, that was unrealistic probably to see today. But let's go and have a look at the action. Okay, so as you can see, a bit like the FTSE, we moved up into that initial resistance zone, and initially we got the pull back. Now, just notice though that although we did come into that, any entry was back into the overnight high. So this isn't necessarily a trade that I would have taken because we didn't have a clear liquidity grab of a level to trade from. We then got to push up, we pulled back, and we got a nice continuation pattern off here. There's a nice, that would have been a nice winning trade, but again, a bit like the FTSE, plenty of room to book some profits there. We came back down. There's a little mini reversal pattern here, but nothing really of high probability that I would spot in here that would have looked to have bought that on a retest, and since then we have worked below that. So although we didn't get those upside targets, again, like the FTSE, we didn't see those upside targets with the momentum. With it being counter trend, we should be aggressive with our risk management, and this trade should have still booked some profits, or at very worst a break-even trade, but certainly I would expect to be booking some profits on that trade with the amount of room there. Other than that, not too much to go on the DAX today. So Yeah, a couple of opportunities on the FTSE. One opportunity there on the DAX. It would have been an aggressive entry as well. I think the best opportunities were there on the FTSE today. So I hope you found this report useful. As always, please come join the Keys on Traders community by clicking on the link in the box below on our YouTube channel. Please let me know what you think of these recaps and the reports. I hope you're having a great week, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Cheers.